In a small American town, wrapped in the calm beauty of golden sunsets and whispering pine trees, there lived a young woman named Grace Miller. She was known for her warm smile, a smile that seemed to carry the light of hope wherever she went. But behind that gentle smile was a story of faith, struggle, and the extraordinary power of simple kindness. Grace worked as a nurse at the Cedar Street Community Hospital. Every morning, before she stepped inside, she would whisper a small prayer. "Lord, make me an instrument of your peace today." She believed kindness was not just an action, but a mission, a calling placed in her heart by God. One cold December evening, snow covered the streets, and the town was preparing for Christmas. Lights twinkled like stars, carolers sang in the distance, and families gathered around fireplaces. But inside the hospital, the atmosphere was different, quieter, heavier. That night, an elderly man named Mr. Thompson was rushed into the emergency room. He was alone, frightened, and confused. His medical condition was serious, but what caught Grace's attention was not just his illness. It was the loneliness in his eyes. When Grace approached him, his voice trembled. "I don't have anyone. No family left, no one to sit with me." Grace felt a tug in her heart. At that moment, she remembered a verse her mother used to read. "Be kind and compassionate to one another." Ephesians 4:32. So she did something unexpected. Even though her shift had ended, she pulled up a chair and stayed beside him. She held his hand. She talked to him. She prayed for him. Hours passed. Outside, the snow kept falling softly, almost as if heaven itself was blessing the moment. Days turned into weeks. Grace visited him every day, even on her days off. She brought him homemade soup, read him Bible verses, and reminded him that he was not forgotten, not by her, and not by God. Slowly, something beautiful began to happen. The man who once sat in silence began to smile again. The man who felt abandoned began to feel loved. His health improved, but something deeper changed. His faith, long forgotten, started to awaken. One morning, Mr. Thompson said, with tears in his eyes, "Grace, you saved me. Not just my body, but my soul. You showed me God's love again." Grace squeezed his hand gently and replied, "I didn't save you. God did. I just wanted you to feel the kindness He feels for you every single day." As weeks passed, Mr. Thompson recovered. But the story didn't end there. Inspired by Grace's kindness, he decided to start something new. A community kindness fund to help lonely seniors, struggling families, and anyone who needed a reminder that they were loved. He named it the Grace Project. Word spread across the town. Children, adults, churches, and schools all joined. People donated food, blankets, and time. Neighbors who never spoke began helping one another. Acts of kindness multiplied like ripples on water, all starting from one simple act of compassion inside a quiet hospital room. And in the center of it all was Grace, still wearing her warm smile, still whispering her prayer every morning. "Lord, make me an instrument of your peace today." She never sought praise. She never asked for recognition. To her, kindness was not something you give for applause. It was something you give because Christ gave it first. The town of Cedar Street changed forever. Not through grand miracles or dramatic events, but through love, through faith, through kindness that reflected the heart of Jesus. And that is the story of how a single act of compassion became a miracle. A miracle that continues to shine like a light in the darkness. Reminding us all that no act of kindness is ever too small. No heart is ever too forgotten. And God's love reaches every soul, one gentle act at a time.